The pup.
Yes.
She's just a little sleepy right now.
Yeah, she's been out all day.
Yeah.
And she's been having a blast. I'm going to be off stream for most of this.
Did you tweet from Doghouse?
Yeah, I tweeted from Doghouse.
All right, let me pull it up. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. You are perfect.
Oh, there she goes.
What are you doing?
She likes pillows.
She
She,
loves pillows.
Always knocks down the pillows.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay,
Wingtide. Hey, Toon Swablu. Hey, Radiant. Hey, Yarv. Hey, Blank.
Hello, everyone. Okay, now I've got chat up.
There we go.
Mika.
And I have chat up as well. And
Can they see her doing this?
oh, let me get
Trying
that.
to get this train on here. So this is what she does. She just kind of exists, and then when she sees people, she rolls over
Yeah.
and begs for belly rubs, and she loves them.
I'm going to be managing the camera for the stream, guys. Just this way you guys get to see every possible
her face
angle
right now.
of the beautiful Mika. She is so precious.
So cute. Aren't you?
Oh, no
She's
need
cute
for
and
that.
she knows it.
Whoa. Is that too
So-
bright?
She's offended.
She is very
You
offended.
just blinded her. So, Mika, we adopted her actually from a shelter that we're raising money for last month, as well as continuing this month, which
Yeah.
is our local animal shelter, Tri-County Animal Shelter. And we saw her in an email originally, actually, because we do donations there, obviously.
Yeah.
And come here, Mika. Mika. And so we get their newsletter in email format, and her picture was one of the featured dogs, because October is Adopt a Dog Month, right?
Yeah. It's National Adopt a Dog Month.
Yep.
Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. So if you guys can adopt a dog and you are feeling financially capable and in a good enough place in your life where you can bring someone else into your life, you can save a life today.
Yep. And she was at the shelter. She is a 11-pound, 3-year-old Chihuahua something mix. I think she's Chihuahua Pomeranian
I
because
think-
she's got quite a bit of fluff around her head.
I think it might be Jack Russell, and I think she was just a long-haired Chihuahua.
Yeah. She
because
definitely has long hair Chihuahua.
Her what's it called? Her body is very coarse.
You want belly rubs? Come over.
Now, you guys will notice that she has relatively large nipples for a dog of her size.
She got them nips.
She got them nips, and the reason why is because she, we do believe that she was previously a breeder dog.
She had at least one litter of puppies.
Yeah, and
Um,
it had to be when she was really young, considering she's only 3.
Yeah.
And she's been in shelters for, I believe, the past 2 years.
No, she was at Tri-County for 2 weeks. And then Tri-County had, rescued her from another shelter up in West Palm, which is a little bit north of us, West Palm Beach. And that one, I don't know any information on what that shelter was about or the details or even the name of it. But that shelter had her, and then Tri-County took her. And neither shelter knew anything about the puppies. So we don't know when she had them or where they are. But we know where she is. She's right here at my feet.
Yeah, and this is what she does. Like, this is her natural state of being, is she finds feet that she can lay down on, and she flops down over onto her side to get belly rubs.
Yep. Actually, the picture that she had in the newsletter was her on her side. Like, every other dog was sitting upright or
Yeah.
somebody was holding it, but hers was like tilted sideways because she was getting belly rubs at the time.
Also, guys, if you can retweet, it would be extremely helpful. I know that a lot of awesome tournaments are happening this weekend, but just
We're only going to be live for like 30 minutes max because it
Yeah.
is almost time for her to eat, and then we're going to need to take her out.
I mean, we could actually film her eating if you'd like.
You guys want us to feed her now?
Yeah, put in the chat if you want to see, if you want to watch Mika eat.
She's a picky eater, so I don't know how much she'll actually eat.
Oh, she's not done. She's
She
not
wants
done asking
more.
for belly rubs.
More belly rubs. Maybe I'll try and get her to sit too. We're trying to clicker train her. I
Yeah.
don't know how successful that will be, but we'll see. And if you guys have any questions about Mika, about dogs, about adopting, anything like that, now is the perfect time to ask them.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What happened?
What happened, Mika?
She got so enthusiastic about her butt. Okay. Why don't you meet the mic real quick? I'm gonna go get some treats and food.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me, I'm going to take the camera off of the tripod. So, just a quick warning. I have the least steady hands in the world. My production is all done from a tripod. But I'm still gonna do the best that I can. Oh, look at her go. Look at this. This is such a beautiful dog. Yes. She really, I posted in the Doghouse Esports Discord, for those of you who are there, thank you, that she has 2 states of being, which is either on two paws or being on 4. I mean, or 2 paws or 4, or on 0. Oh, that was so good. You're so good, Mika. Also, she's got a nice, beautiful dress that she wears all over the house. She got it with her adoption. That's her harness. And we want her to be as comfortable as possible with her harness. Now, you will notice that we do have a pee-pee pad down here. We do take her out for regular walks. However, due to her past life, oh, Mika. Due to her, what it was like previous to us adopting her, she is not housebroken. Not completely. She is mostly housebroken, but she does have a few accidents. When does she do the low that looks like an aerial? Okay, so she has, she's actually only capable of doing highs. Like, if we're going to talk about the height properties on her move, she gets on 2 feet and she slaps. We don't know how she can slap, but she slaps. So what she'll do is she'll get on both of her legs and then she just starts flapping with her front paws. Mika. When she goes out over here, that's fine. As you can see, we're still coming into our own here. And we do all of our operations from home. Oh, Mika. Mika, what is this destruction you're causing? I can't believe... Mika! Yeah, she's very sophisticated, so because of that, she only went behind the pillow to lick her butt. Also, this is another thing that Mika has to do. Mika almost entirely sleeps by putting her head on pillows. So if she's laying down, chances are her head is on a pillow. Also, please forgive any shaking while I do production. I leave the videography to Defiance because I have very poor motor skills. That doesn't stop me from enjoying what I do. And like we said, if you guys have any questions for Mika, she's more than happy to answer them. God, she's so beautiful. We're so happy for her. Yeah, she really fits right in here. We're so happy to have her. Currently, Shy is still cleaning her bowl. Now, I will say, currently a big thing with Mika is we can't get her to eat dog food. We're struggling to get her to eat dog food. She apparently ate really well at the shelter, but with us, she's having trouble eating dog food and is instead extremely reliant on human food. So we've made her eggs. We got her some Vienna sausages, a bunch of other things. Oh, speaking of which, Shy, you got to do the Vienna sausages with her medication. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with what it's like to have shelter pets, give me a moment here. Oh. Be nice to Professor. You're on camera. So currently, her and Professor are not on the best of terms. Professor does not like when Mika walks towards her, but Professor himself loves walking towards Mika. Look at this. Oh yeah, so currently Mika is on an antibiotic. That antibiotic is purely for her kennel cough, which she contracted while at the shelter. She was almost at the end of her treatment when when we got her. So we just have to finish the last few days of her antibiotic treatment, which is 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills at night. Look at that beautiful boy. And this is going to be our happy little family. We really don't plan on getting any other animals because having too many animals is pretty irresponsible as a pet owner, because every animal needs careful love and attention, and if you're working like full time, having more than 2 can usually be a bit overbearing, because animals are a huge responsibility. They're a lifelong commitment. Yeah, Professor, how does she respond to a thrown ball? That's a great question. That is a great question. Yeah, so, yep. So the thing is, she doesn't really fetch yet. It's more so she sees that something has been thrown, and instead of catching it and bringing it back, she just runs in the same direction as it and then forgets what she's doing. As we've mentioned previously, she is the biggest genius on the planet. There is no one smarter than Mika. Alright, so we're going to try the Vienna sausage way of giving her medication. She took the whole thing? Oh! Cheers for Mika. Okay. Professor's face, like, Professor keeps judging Mika, like, from afar. Here. What's going on? Ah, I know what that is. There we go. Huh? Okay. So is that the gravy mixture? All right. So currently, because she's having trouble with the whole human food, we've currently resorted to putting Boston Market gravy over her, over her food, and it's a mixture of Science Diet, which we're not really a big fan of. I feel like there's a lot of problems with Science Diet's food. Yeah, almost entirely that's grain-based. So we're switching over to Performantin Ultra for her. So this is another thing that Mika does. Mika will pick up one kernel of the science diet, and then walk away, grab another kernel, and then just get more. She doesn't eat at her bowl. All right, now she's eating up on the couch. Let's see. What does she need medication for? Oh, her medication is for the kennel cough. She did contract kennel cough while she was at the Tri-County Animal Shelter. The problem with kennel cough is if even one dog has it, even if they did have immunization, it doesn't change the fact that, that it spreads like wildfire. It spreads really easily in kennels. Oh. Mika, go eat. You need to go eat. She's so picky. Yeah, she has trouble eating out of a bowl, to be honest. Yeah, she prefers to eat things off the floor. Fun story. The Eunice community a while ago had a chart showing how each character from each character from Eunice ate food. And
Am I still muted?
you are unmuted.
Okay, perfect. So I'm back now.
And the way that the Eunice characters eat food, Yuzuhira eats it with her mind, Akatsuki eats it with a fork, and Mika eats with her hands. Have you tried different heights for said bowl? You know what? That's actually a good suggestion. We might try getting one of those things that raises the bowl.
Yeah, maybe. Or even just like a little step. Because her bowl, it's like a silicone, like the whole thing on the bottom. I think it's silicone, or maybe just rubber, to keep it from sliding around. And then the bowls get put in there. So we might have to get like a whole table for it.
Yeah.
Aw. You done? This is what she does. When you sit down on the couch, she just squishes herself up next to someone.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who are wondering about Mika going to events, yes, we do have plans to bring her to events with us because she is extremely sociable.
Yeah, very friendly.
But sadly, Destiny will not be her first event. A big reason why is because the hotel itself does not allow for pets.
Yeah.
So
sadly.
without the allowance for pets, we're not going to risk bringing her across so many state lines just to be told no.
Yeah, because then we'd have to find alternative housing.
Yeah.
And that might be a hassle.
Meanwhile, while everyone loves Mika, let's take a look over at Professor real quick. Quick little detour. And he's
Poor boy.
doing, I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's just got
being
one.
himself.
He's got one paw on the what's it called? on his cat tree.
The dev team. Dante stared at the screen and said hello to Mika. Mika says hello to Dante.
Professor looks like he's plotting.
He really does.
And
He's been pretty wary ever since Mika came home. We tried to introduce them a little bit easier than what actually happened. He was kind of sitting on the floor and he saw the dog and his eyes widened and he got very tense.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's not let her off the leash yet. And then she ended up off the leash. and she went running full tilt at Professor, and he hissed. And now, ever since then, they kind of just have the same interaction. They've had a couple good interactions though, where they'll sniff noses, and there will be no snipping or nipping or biting or anything. So.
Yes, this is a Nintendogs remix. This is the vocal mix of Bath Time from Nintendogs.
Speaking of, we need to have another Nintendogs stream. That was very fun.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
We've done one so far.
We are working on some other content that's coming to the Doghouse Esports stream. So this way you guys can get more use out of this channel. And we're sure that Mika will have more involvement in our stream as well.
But yeah. And you'll be able to catch Mika and Professor on Corgian's streams, as always. And then I think starting this month, I'm going to also start streaming. So maybe you'll see them on my stream as well. And then Doghouse streams.
Yeah, Weevile's stream actually looks prettier than mine, to be honest. I really love her stream.
The layout?
Yeah, I designed it with a lot of her suggestions in mind because she's wanted like this custom layout that's been in her mind forever, and I worked hard to make sure it accurately came to life.
I'm just like really bad at putting what I want to words.
Yeah.
So I just am like, I like cat, or I like trees, or I like
I
something.
like cat trees.
I like cat trees. So then Ian's the one that brings everything to life.
I really hope that in Smash Ultimate we
You
end
can
up
play as Mika?
that you could play as Mika. No, that we get more Nintendogs remixes because
Yes. They really should have made the dogs playable characters.
I mean they made Isabelle a playable character.
That's true.
Isabelle is my favorite
should
Nintendog.
Yeah, Isabelle should be added to Nintendogs.
Yeah, just like if you get the Shih Tzu card.
Oh, yeah, she's a Shih Tzu, right?
Yeah, so you get the Shih Tzu game pack, and one of the breeds of Shih Tzu, or like one of the specific Shih Tzus there is Isabelle.
Is Isabelle.
I still love the design for Isabelle being that her head is a bag of bells from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It's such a cute design.
Isabelle.
Isabelle is a pancake.
So as you can see, Mika gets pretty tired.
Now, contrary to what you're watching right now, Mika also has a ton of energy. Yesterday, if you were following me on Twitter, get an Isabelle amiibo and name her Mika. That's a great idea. I went for a run with Mika last night at around like 10 o'clock because I wanted to make sure that she didn't have too much energy before bed. And in doing so, I ran with her for half a mile, and she still had a ton of energy after that run. So I was like, are you serious? I guess we could keep running. So we ran the route again, and even at the end of a mile, she still had a lot of energy left. So she's a trooper.
Yeah, she's really funny. She has like a lot of energy, whereas she also has very little energy.
Yeah.
And she has the appropriate energy level for wherever she is. So if she's outside, she's got, limitless energy. If she's inside, she's chill.
Yeah. I don't know why she's sitting like that.
I don't know.
I can't really explain a lot of what Mika does.
Sit up, baby.
She
Okay.
Sometimes when she's laying like this, it reminds me of the crying cat memes.
Yes.
Like that one really fat white cat that like is just crying on the side of a couch.
Mm-hmm. Look at Professor move.
Let's bring the camera back over to our precious son. I love him so much. him. He's so large. Professor! Oh, my boy.
Also, in case Ian has not answered the question yet, yes, Professor is larger than Mika. By almost double.
Yeah, Professor is almost double the size of Mika. If we get the opportunity to show both on the screen together, you'll see just how jarring of a size difference there is.
Yeah, so Mika is 11 pounds.
Yeah.
And Professor is 20 pounds.
Yeah. And with that, there. But the thing is, Professor keeps getting spooked by Mika. So
Yeah.
Professor really wants to know Mika, so Professor will like slowly come over to Mika and like sniff her, and that's completely fine if his Professor's the one in charge. However, if Mika comes over to meet Professor, Mika doesn't know where her brakes are, so she runs full speed at Professor. Professor hisses, it spooks Mika, and Mika runs away.
She also has this habit of like, you know when dogs like snap at the air?
Yeah.
They don't actually go to bite you, but they just snap.
Yeah.
She does that around Professor, and that gets him nervous.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want anything to do with that, so he hisses.
Meanwhile, Professor, if you guys didn't know this about Professor, Professor is a gentle giant. Professor does not attack, like, ever.
No.
So,
I don't
Professor's...
think I've ever seen him attack anyone.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of is when he slapped Malingo that one time, but that was just him being
That wasn't even really an attack, though. Like, his claws were retracted.
He just slapped. But,
Yeah.
So we've been trying to get him to understand, hey, you can slap Mika if Mika is, like, overwhelming you. And, like, that's legitimately, like, what Professor needs to do in order to defend himself from Mika. Oh, alright, so we are seeing... Alright, so currently Mika's favorite and only toy is this Lammy from Pet Supermarket. However, playing is not her strong suit. Like, legitimately, her playing is this. What is it, Mika? Oh, she licked her toy and then laid down again. Yeah, so Professor doesn't really know how to exactly slap Mika. And we're trying to promote that behavior. Yeah, go for it. Now we are going to do a quick wardrobe change into Mika's honorary Doghouse jersey. Alright, so this jersey I've actually had for many, many, many years. My first dog, meaning the dog that was mine for the first time, was named Shadow, and he was a Chihuahua. Don't worry, we're not doing this against Mika's will. It's just, what's it called? When Mika is putting on anything, whether it be her harness or her jersey, she just lays down to do it. Let's do a quick zoom in. Yeah, you show her her leash, you show her her harness or anything, and she lays down to put it on. But my first dog was named Shadow, and he was also a large Chihuahua. And I lost Shadow in a very unfortunate way, and I've really had a huge hole in my heart ever since, and I haven't had a dog since. So we brought Mika into our life, and I actually just found this jersey that Shadow used to wear the other day. Mika, you have to put your arm through the hole. You can't just do these tiny little paws that you're doing. We're actually going to go back to the, bath time vocal mix. And as you can see, the jersey fits Mika very well, our little esports mascot. She's a precious little dog. We love her so much. Wait, Prof Oates missed his stop on the train because he was watching this. Prof Oates, I really hope that you're able to get back on track. But yeah, this is such a playful dog. Mika really just couldn't be happier to just lay down on a pillow. And Mika has been defeated. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she doesn't do the head shaking thing like she's trying to rip it apart. She doesn't bite too hard. It's like a very soft, motherly bite. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier in the stream, Mika was a mom at one point, though we know nothing of her puppies. As you should always do, if you get any new animal, the ethically responsible thing to do is to spay the animal. Yeah, spay or neuter. Reason being, I know it seems like it's not a good thing to do, because you're preventing an animal from its natural function. However, overpopulation of animals results in more animal deaths. It results in more sick animals, more unwanted animals, and that's not something that you want on your conscience. She a milk. On the 21st night of September. So if you ever want to remember what Mika's birthday is, you can always remember the song, which is fate, because for the past, I'd say 5 or 6 years, I posted the exact same video of that song on September 1st. And she definitely lives up to it. Yeah, September 21st. I really should post it both times because the song is about the 21st of September, but the song's called September. So those are the two most appropriate days to, yep. Do you want to tell the stream what we're having as responsible adults for dinner tonight? Oh, you clapped and oh my god, Mika! She wants waffles. Yeah, we're having waffles tonight because we're adults. And so if you don't know about Shy and Mai's relationship, our relationship, both as business partners and in a romantic sense, because we mix our, personal lives with our business lives, is Shy will come to me saying, Ian, I have a craving. Do you share this craving? I will either say yes or no. Regardless of my answer, it becomes an entire night of focusing on making sure that craving is fulfilled. It's fine. No, I love making sure that you get fed because your favorite. Sometimes you do, but it depends on the craving. Like if it's a really irresponsible craving, where's Mika going? Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, Korean barbecue is a huge craving. Now you will see that she did move from her spot. And oh my goodness, I had you muted.
Okay. So before he muted me, we're having waffles today. That's the only real important piece of information that's left in my mouth. I'm sorry. I'll be in charge of commentary because what? Oh. Yeah. She actually adores Ian as well. It's kind of funny. I think that Ian is her favorite. We took her to meet Ian's mom as well as Ian's grandparents. Oh, Professor is trying to sniff Mika's food, and Mika is not having it. She's watching very carefully. But, so she went to go meet Ian's family today because she can't meet my family. They're out in Colorado. And, what was I gonna say? You into it? Oh, he went inside several times. Also, I think you spooked her. You went like this and she ducked. I think she was, at one point, not in a good situation. But, he went inside several times, and every single time that he went inside, she would cry. She'd just, like, stay by the door and cry, waiting for him to come back. Yeah, see? She flinched. Oh, her fur is really crazy, actually. Like, right here is very soft. Like, it almost feels like a Dachshund or, like, a Pomeranian. But, like, over here on her back and her butt, it's wiry. It's exactly like a short-haired Chihuahua. Or a Terrier, too, yeah. So that's why we both have differing opinions on what she could be. She could be a short-haired Chihuahua with a Pomeranian, or she could be a long-haired Chihuahua with a Jack Russell. We're not sure. Congrats on the free guac, Profotes. That's totally worth missing a stop. Also, you can only see her butt now. She loves you. She loves you quite a lot. I wish we could take her for waffles. Waffles. But we cannot. I'm sure if you were to bring a dog to a restaurant, it would be like hell. There would be all these smells, and they could have none of it. Hey, she was actually nice. She didn't bite him. That was a good interaction. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not leaving. But yeah, that's Mika. We will have to leave soon because it's almost potty time for her. And then we need to eat. I think so. That's Mika. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to rapid fire right now, or if you don't have any right now but you think of some later, you can always reach out to us and ask. And if you guys follow us on Twitter, you will receive quite a number of Mika pictures. Got a little bit of dirt on her, I think. Aww. She loves to give kisses. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna head out. I'm not sure if you guys could hear Ian because his voice carries pretty well. But oh, Radiant says, "Tell Mika I love her." Radiant loves you. She gave kisses, so I think she loves you too. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in and meeting Mika. If you guys ever come to our events or just even tune into our streams, you can see more of her, maybe meet her in person sometime. And yeah, we'll obviously keep everybody updated on Twitter of all the Mika happenings as well as all the Professor happenings as usual, and maybe a little mixture of both and see how they interact when they get used to each other a little more. So yeah. Yeah, thank Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and that's going to be it for tonight. Have a good one, guys, and...
Have a good night.
all right. Good night.